in layers, and each layer removed exposes something deeper. The first clear sign of the fall is loss of control in small places. A region that was once fully obedient starts to hesitate. A group that always followed orders starts to delay. A supporter who never questioned anything starts asking quiet questions. These are not full rebellions yet, but they are signals. And signals are where every downfall begins. At this stage, the leader often reacts quickly. He tries to fix problems with force or pressure. He increases control. He tightens rules. He removes more people who seem untrustworthy. On the surface, this looks like strength, but in reality, it often speeds up the fall. Because when a system is already unstable, more pressure does not stabilize it, it breaks it further. One of the most important changes during the fall is trust breaking inside the system. In the rise, trust is built carefully. In the peak, trust is controlled. But in the fall, trust starts to disappear completely. People no longer trust leadership fully. Leadership no longer trusts people fully. And when trust breaks on both sides, communication becomes weak. Weak communication leads to confusion. Confusion leads to mistakes. And mistakes lead to loss of control. At the same time, fear starts to shift direction. In earlier stages, fear flows downward from the top. People fear the leader. But during the fall, fear begins to flow upward. The leader starts to fear betrayal. He starts to fear hidden enemies. He starts to fear the collapse of his own system. And this fear begins to influence every decision. Fear changes thinking. It makes decisions faster but less accurate. It creates urgency but reduces clarity, and in moments of crisis, clarity is more important than speed. Outside the system, resistance becomes stronger. What was once scattered opposition now starts to connect. Groups share information. People who were isolated begin to work together. Even small failures inside the system become signals of hope for those outside it, because every crack in power is seen as an opportunity for change. And this is a key point. Power does not fall only because of one enemy. It falls because many small weaknesses come together at the same time. Inside the system, another major problem grows. Information begins to break down. Reports are no longer fully honest. Subordinates hide bad news to avoid punishment. Advisors soften reality to avoid conflict. And slowly, the leader begins to lose connection with what is actually happening. This is extremely dangerous because decisions are only as strong as the information behind them. And when information becomes distorted, even strong decisions become wrong. At this stage, many dangerous men in history start to make critical mistakes. They begin to overestimate